Hello and welcome back to our next lesson in the Elements of Art unit. This lesson is lesson number 6 and we're going to be covering the element of art known as color. This unit lesson is in Art 1. This will be the end of our first unit over the elements of art. So let's go ahead and get started. Color, it sounds complicated, but it's really not. Color is whenever light comes in, hits an object, light is reflected off that object and bounces back, and that is the color that you see. So, for instance, this eraser. Light is coming in, it's hitting this eraser. All of the other colors except for pink is being absorbed into this eraser, and then it's being bounced back to you. So you see the color pink as it's reflected off of this surface. And how you can test this. If you take this pink eraser into a totally pitch black room, can you see it? Well, no, you can't because there's no light. Now, if you take this exact same eraser into a haunted house or a roller rink that has a black light, could you see this eraser? Yes, you could, but it would not be pink. Instead, the black light emits a blue light. So what it would look like, it would actually look like a variant of purple. And the reason why is because the light's coming in, hitting this object, and everything but red is being absorbed into it, or pink, and it's being reflected back to you. That color is then being mixed with the blue from the light, and it makes it look like a purple. That's why if you take this piece of paper into a black-lit room, then this paper will look blue because the blue light's coming in, absorbing into the white. The white is reflected back to you, mixing with the blue, and white plus blue equals blue. Okay, so now that we've explained color, let's go on. There are 3 different types of color. Primary color, secondary color, and tertiary or intermediate color. And if you are in my Art 3 class, I really hope that you remember what all these colors are. If you're in my Art 2 class, I can kind of see how you forget maybe tertiary or intermediate. But let's go ahead and look. Primary colors are yellow, red, and blue. Using those 3 colors, you can make all of the other colors on this color wheel. Now, whenever you mix 2 primary colors together, for instance, like yellow and red, you get what's called a secondary color, which it would be orange, because red and yellow together make orange. How you can determine what colors go together make a secondary color, you look at the primary colors on either side of it. So, for instance, green right here. The closest primary colors to green is yellow and blue. So you know that yellow and blue together make green. And the same thing with purple. Red and blue together make purple. Now, tertiary or intermediate colors. Tertiary colors are what you get whenever you mix a primary color and a secondary color together. So, for instance, if you take yellow, which is a primary color, and you mix it with orange, which is a secondary color, you get a color that is known as yellow-orange right there. So if you notice, you have yellow and orange, it makes yellow-orange. That's how the naming scale works with colors. So this color right here is not lime green. It is not light green. It is yellow and green. Just like this color takes the primary color red and mixes the secondary color orange to make red orange. Moving on. Whenever you take all these colors and you put it together in a really pretty wheel, it is known as a color wheel. Now, there are 3 other classifications of colors past this, and we'll get to that in a minute. For now, we don't really dive too much into this in my class. You will whenever you get into a more advanced art class, but tint is what you get whenever you add white to a color. Shade is what you get when you add black to a color, so you make a darker value, you make a shade of it. And a tone is what you get when you mix black and white and a color together. So you get kind of grays in a color and you get 2 different tones in it. Now, there are artworks, which I do cover with my Art 3 class and my Art 4 class, that are made up of strictly one color with just tints and shades in it. and that is called something that is monochromatic. Well, mono means one and chromatic means color, so one color. And this is another example of a monochromatic color scheme artwork. So the three separate classifications of colors, again, that we can dive into further, is called color temperatures. And they're very easy to understand. Let me kind of roll out of the way right here so we can see it. Okay. And we saw some of my background. That's okay. Okay, so we have warm colors, cool colors, and neutral colors. Warm colors are the yellow, oranges, and reds that we see right here. And you want to think about this kind of like you're looking at the sun. It's really nice and warm colors. So reds, yellows, and oranges. Those are really bright. They feel warm. So that's what they are. Then you have the cool colors, which I like to think of them kind of like a Halo type of colors, not like a Halo you wear, but the video game Halo, because you got kind of earthy greens, you got blues, and then you got purples, and those are your cool colors. So it's kind of like the Alien World Halo. And then you have the neutral colors, which we have right here, and those are browns, grays, and blacks. And I like to remember the neutral colors kind of like this. And girls, if you are watching, you can collaborate with me on this if you'd like. Guys, you probably won't understand it, but if you have a new shirt and you want to try to match it with something and you don't have any other colors that match it exactly, your best bet is to go with a neutral color. Whites, browns for the most part, and blacks or grays. Those colors like to match everything. So neutral colors complement other colors very well, just like that, and in fashion and clothing. So let me go ahead and explain what your assignment is today. Your assignment is you are going to be creating your very own custom color wheel. And the custom color wheel can be anything you want as long as you are painting 12 colors. It doesn't even have to be on the wheel. It can be anything you want. I've had students do their names. I've had students do flowers. It's completely up to you. The only thing is, you are only going to be using red, yellow, and blue to make these colors. That's it.